Hey Tamers, and welcome to another decklist video. I have been away for a few days on vacation, but now I'm back and let's get started with some more decklists. I will be giving away these cards. I will tell you how to win these at the end of this video. And as always, I have a little more cards to give away here. So I'm going to give away a box topper of Puyoyoman, still sealed, alt art, really nice. And then I'm giving away a BT4 Alderman, alt art as well. And last but not least, I am giving away one promo Guilliman that is very versatile and you can use in a lot of decks. Good for drawing power. So there we go. Details will be down below and I will tell you towards the end of this video how to join this free giveaway. Now without further ado, let's get into today's deck list. Alright guys, here we are. This is going to be a Gallantmon BT9 deck list and it is very fun. Check out this Guilliman t-shirt. I'm going to self-promote my own merch. I do have my own merch. Check it out down in the link below. Let's get into this deck list video today. So we are running the 4 EX2 Gigimons. When attacking, if you have Guilliman, Growlmon, or Gallantmon in your name, when you attack, you can draw one. So again, draw power. And the way I formatted this deck is to have a lot of searching and drawing power, just in order to keep up with decks like Alphamon, since it's very fast. Let's go ahead and move on to our rookies here. We have the Guilliman X Antibody from BT9 that just came out in this set. Digivolve from Zero from Guilliman. Keep in mind, if you use a purple Guilliman, this will work. You can Digivolve on top of it, since it's a whole different Digivolution requirement or whatever you want to call it. Since it has brackets, you are able to just Digivolve it on top of it if you choose to. However, in this deck, until EX3, then you might want to, we'll see red and purple, but until now, really, Gallantmon is just going to be strictly red. So this Guilliman, when you Digivolve, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. It does come up often. As for, as you can see, all the rookies in this meta are like 2000 and below, 3000 with this Guilliman, but usually they're 2000 and below. So when you Digivolve on the battle area, you can boom right away just delete a rookie. And then his inherit is really good because it adds 1000 to the maximum DP from deletion effects, which is kind of what I'm going with here in this whole gimmick. So it's going to be kind of like a control and kind of OTK style. And here we go into the 4 EX2 Guillimons. Very good, just because he is a searcher. So when you play it, you can reveal 4 cards, add 1 Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name, and 1 Takato, which you always want Takatos. And of course, it's just going to help you get missing pieces if you need Growlmons or Gallantmons or even more Growlmons. Really great card. And then his inherit, 1 attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has Growlmon or Gallantmon, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. That can stack if you have Digimon that increase the DP deletion effects. Then we go into the 4 starter deck 7 Guilliman, arguably the second best Guilliman from the first one being the Searcher. This one I think is very good, just because it allows you to Turbo or Mega or Warp Digivolve into a level 6. So if your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon in play, this Digimon can Digivolve into a Gallantmon in your hand for a memory cost of 4. So now when this card first came out, it was like, okay, it's good, but then your turn's gonna end. But then after that, Takato came out, since Takato gives you Blitz. Now this card is fantastic because it doesn't matter if your turn passes, you just boom, warp, and then swing over a level 6 or just go for game if you need to or what have you. So once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, trigger, draw 1. So again, we're going with that fast drawing power and searching ability with this deck, so that Guilliman inherit is also very good. Moving on to the champions here, we are doing 4 of the Growlmon X Antibody, Digivolve 0 from Growlmon, so it's also good. You have that Growlmon, and then you just Digivolve on top for X Antibody for a 0 cost. It's essentially a free draw, and not to mention this one will be 6000 DP. And then his inherit is add 1000 to the maximum DP deletion. So now you got 2000 with Guilliman X Antibody and then the Growlmon X Antibody. So we are running 4 of those. These 2 slots here that I use the Greymon for, you can choose either the other Growlmon or you can put 2 hybrids. This is more of to your choosing what you want to use. So I kind of want to do a more OTK style, so I did 2 Greymons. But again, you can put the other Growlmons if you want for consistency, or you can put hybrids because sometimes, you know, you just need that last swing. But I'm doing that these two Greymons for the security attack +1, and pretty straightforward, right? Not much to talk about with this card. And then the next champion slots that I do have is 4 of the starter deck 7 Growlmon. This card is just fantastic because of the whole deletion that you can do with this deck. Therefore, having a trigger where you delete a Digimon and then you gain 1 memory, which is what the inherit of this Growlmon does. Not to mention it's a 4 play cost, so it's not that bad as well if you're breaking and then you just drop a Growlmon for 4. It's not bad. Moving on to the ultimates, War Growlmon X Antibody. This War Growlmon is very nice. So you digivolve from 0 from War Growlmon, and then when digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, 2 of their Digimon gain on deletion, lose 1 memory. If there is a War Growlmon or you have the X Antibody option card in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP add up to 6,000 and delete them. So now a little quick combo here. We have this we'll have a War Growlmon, we digivolve into this one, and then you have Growlmon X and then Guilmon X. Now you can delete Digimon whose total add up to 8,000 DP or less, or 7 if you just have this Growlmon. And now you delete a Digimon, you get a memory from this Growlmon, and then you get the memory from this effect that you gave to your opponents on lose 1 memory. And what's really fantastic about this card, if they have like a Gazimon out, you are not gaining that memory. Your opponent is losing the memory, so that kind of bypasses the whole memory blocker. So it's really good. So it's just keep that in mind. Then moving on, we are running 2 of the EX2 War Growlmons. 1 attacking, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. If you have a Red Tamer in play, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 or less. So at first I did 4 of the X Antibody and 4 of this starter deck 7 War Growlmon, but then sometimes I kind of needed to delete things and kind of needed to add more DP to the deletion reduction, and that's what this War Growlmon does with this inherit. Add 1,000 to the maximum DP you can choose with DP based deletion effects. So in a bit I'll show you guys some little combos of why sometimes I prefer this War Growlmon over this starter deck 7. And then of course we are running 3 of the starter deck 7 War Growlmon. 1 attacking, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. The EX2 War Growlmon is better because if you have a Tamer and then you swing, you can delete with 6,000 DP or less. If you have Growlmon X Antibody, Guilmon X Antibody, that's another 2,000. So you can delete a Digimon with 8,000 DP or less just from attacking with this War Growlmon. So it's actually pretty clutch. So this War Growlmon here really is just for that security attack +1. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gains security attack +1, which does happen a lot, especially with this deck. As you can see, there's a lot of DP based deletion effects. So this War Growlmon's effect will trigger, especially if, for example, you digivolve onto this War Growlmon X. Since you have that starter deck 7 underneath, his effect will trigger, and now you delete a Digimon with 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 DP. And now War Growlmon's effect from starter deck 7 triggers because you deleted an opponent's Digimon, give you another security attack. And if you have Greymon, now you got security attack +2. Swinging with that War Growlmon X Antibody, or just digivolving, and then if you have Blitz, you just swing with the Gallantmon. So that's a really good combo there. Moving on to the Megas, we are running 3 of the X Antibody Gallantmon. BT9 just came out. This is a good card. So what Gallantmon needed was a way to unsuspend itself, and this is what this card does. So you digivolve 1 from Gallantmon, or you digivolve 4 from an ultimate, so you can do either or. When digivolving, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. If no Digimon is deleted by this effect, unsuspend this Digimon. So, because sometimes you want to swing. If I swing with the Gallantmon, I can't unsuspend unless you have Omni Blitz. So now you just go into Gallantmon. If you don't delete anything, which you probably won't, then you just unsuspend yourself. And he still will have Blitz if you have Takato, so now you can go ahead and swing again. The other really great effect that he has here is once per turn when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, if Gallantmon or X Antibody is in its sources, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So this is also really good because if you have Gallantmon, you digivolve into this X Antibody and you actually delete a Digimon. Now since you deleted a Digimon, you have that Galamon underneath. Now you trash a card, and then, you know, there you go. So that's also another alternative that you could do with this card. I did run 3 just because I actually needed space for the other Galamons that I'm running. I think 4x anybody is too much. And, you know, if you're not going to have any Galamons underneath because you always have this X antibody in your hand, it's kind of going to be, it's the second effect, you're really not going to see it as much. So I did drop this to 3 instead of 4. And then I still think this one is the best Gallantmon that we have, EX2 Gallantmon. This card is just so dirty. So it's a 4 cost to Digivolve, 12,000 DP, but every turn on your turn, he always gets 2,000. So you're always attacking with 14,000 DP. And then during your turn, if you have a Red Tamer, you add 2,000 maximum DP. You can choose with DP based deletion effects. Then when attacking, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP adds up to 6,000 or less and delete them. Now, if I have a Tamer on the field, a Red Tamer on the field in this sense, you can add 2,000 to Gallamon's own effect. So now you can delete Digimon with a total cost of 8,000 or more, or less. I'm sorry. So every time you're attacking, you can just delete something with 8,000 or less. So this card is very, very good to kind of control the board. And I know we don't see wide boards right now, but still, I mean, it's just crazy because now you're adding that, you're adding the Growlmon X antibody, you're adding Guilmon X antibody, and if you have War Growlmon, that's 11,000 DP that you can delete just from swinging, and then you still swinging at security. So this Galamon is just insane. Really, really love it. My favorite Galamon. And then I am running one of the starter deck 7 Gallantmon just because that security attack +1 does come in clutch. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted by this effect, this Digimon gets 3,000 for the turn. So if you haven't noticed by now, all of Gallamon's effect have to do with DP based deletion, right? With this one, so the reason I've run the EX2 is because this one's kind of more circumstantial, right? If they have a Digimon with 4,000 DP or less, you have to delete it. You can't choose to not delete it and then get that DP increase for the turn, as to oppose where the EX2 Gallamon, you get to do both. You're always going to get 2,000 DP, and then you can go ahead and delete Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. So that is why I just love that Gallamon better than this one, although this one is good because it's a 3 cost. Then you can go ahead and swing. If you don't delete anything, he's checking +1 for 14,000 DP, so there's a high chance of him surviving. So that is why I'm running 1. I used to run 2, but then I really, really wanted to see this EX2 more, so then I just went ahead and switched it, and I'm doing 3 and 1. And then the level 7 that you already saw in my last Gallamon video, everyone was telling me, oh my god, you didn't put Crimson mode. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Like, okay, so here Gallamon Crimson mode can be usable, but I honestly still think Blitz might be better just for ending the game. However, Crimson in BT9 is much more usable than he was in EX2. So when Digivolving, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP. When attacking, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Add 1 to the number of cards trashed by this effect for every 10 cards your opponent has in the trash. So what's good to remember here is that when you attack, you're automatically trashing 1, even if they don't have 10 or more. That just adds on if they do have 10 or more, and then of course you just get to delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest DP. So Crimson is very, very good. Again, the problem that I would run into with this, why Omni Blitz is better in my opinion, at least right now until EX3, is because if I swing with Gallamon and I have +2 checks, they have 3 security left, so now I clear their security and I go into Crimson, I can't finish the game. I can't finish it unless they have enough cards in the trash to where I don't attack with the Gallamon, Digivolve into Crimson, and now when I attack, because he has, 20, 30 cards, I can trash all the security and then attack with Crimson. But that's very, again, circumstantial, and cards that are very circumstantial are good if you meet those certain requirements, but the chances of you meeting those requirements, especially in this meta where it's kind of just a 1 stack build, it's not likely. And I know there's some decks that are heavy with the trash right now, like Alphamon. You know, you want to have stuff in the trash, or if you're playing against a Grand Dracmon or any purple deck, it's very good because they're going to have a heavy trash. So that is when Gallamon Crimson mode is very, very good. So again, right now I am sticking with these two just to kind of have the synergy of, you know, if I play the Searcher Guilmon, I can get the Crimson if I need it, because you will not be able to get the Omnimon Blitz. Or you could do 1-in-1, or you could just do Omni Blitz, whatever you want to do. Moving on to the option cards here, I am running 2 Delicate Plans just because Gallamon has no protection from option cards in the security like War Greymon does with the whole BT9 stuff. I did 2 just really to protect it. So what this card does is one of your Digimon gains, this Digimon doesn't activate the security effects of any option cards it checks. And since I am kind of doing a semi OTK here, you know, you're always going to swing more than one check. You want to make sure that your Digimon survive, because you're going to spend all these sources building up, you swing and then it dies, and it's like, well, there goes everything. Now everything's in my trash. So you want to really protect your Gallamon as much as you can. So that's why I'm running 2. And then I am running 2 of the red memory boost just to help with memory and searching. Again, just making the deck as aggressive as I can. So obviously, if you don't know what this does, you reveal 4 cards of your deck, you add 1 red Digimon from them to your hand, and then the rest go to the bottom. Then you delay, so after the turn you played it, on the next turn, then you can choose to trash this card and you get 2 memory. And sometimes it's helpful because you won't always have Takato, so you won't get that blitz. So having that red memory boost, you can use it, and now you can go into that Gallamon, still being your turn, swinging, potentially deleting or clearing board, or, you know, just chipping in some damage. Then I am running just 1 Gaia Force. Now here you can do this however you want. You can put 2 Gaia Forces, 1 Delicate Plan. You can put 3 Delicate Plans. You can put 3 Gaia Forces. Really, it's just up to you how you want to make this play style. But since Gallamon, you really can't delete until you get into Gallamon, and sometimes, you know, you're gonna break and you don't get all the pieces right away, then 1 Gaia Force is good if you just want to go ahead and, you know, you need to delete an Alphamon, you need to delete whatever you're facing because you can't at that moment, and using it could save you and, you know, giving you more time for you to get your pieces and get into your Crimson or your Gallamon. So that is why I'm putting just 1 Gaia Force. And then I'm running 2 of the ties here. Memory set Tamer to 3. All of your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain security attack +1. Again, just a little more aggression with the OTK kind of style. If you don't want to run this tie, you could also put a hero, where if you attack with level 5 or higher, you can suspend it and get 2000 DP. If you really don't want to, you know, lose to Alphamon or Yukin in the security, because the highest DP that you have here is 15,000, you could definitely do that. But I am going more for the OTK route, kind of chipping damage as quickly as possible, as much as I can. So that is why I'm running 2 of the ties. Again, totally up to your preference if you want to do tie, if you want to do hero or any other tamer. And then of course you just have to run 4 of the Takatos. If you don't know what he does, every time a Digimon is deleted, you can suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. So these do stack as long as you have more than 1 Takato, right? If you have 3, then you'll get 3 memory. When one of your Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon with Gallamon or Growlmon in its name, that Digimon gains, when digivolving, Blitz. And Takato, this is why you have to run 4, is because you're going to get that Blitz. A lot of these Gallamons are 4 cost, besides the starter deck 7, or even with Crimson Gallamon 6. It's just, Takato just gives you that edge of like, you don't have to worry about how much memory you have. Since you have them, you can go ahead and digivolve, swing, and now you get Blitz. Or you can swing because you get Blitz. Another thing too is, with the Takato, you gain a memory there when you delete a Digimon. You gain a memory when you delete a Digimon from War Growlmon here, the Exciting Body. You gain a memory when you delete a Digimon from Growlmon here. So there's a lot of ways to get memory back. So there you have it, guys. This is my BT9 Gallamon deck list. So now let's get into how to get into this free giveaway. All you gotta do is make sure you're subscribed, like this video, and when you comment down below, make sure you hashtag Gallantmon, and the winner will be announced September 1st. Details will be down below. If you do like this deck list video, then go ahead and check these other ones out here, and I will catch you guys on the next video.